On the 26th of June 1963, at a small village in Nyanchwa, Kisi, Monyenye Willie was born. A fifth born to Omogaka Joseph and Mama Helen Ataya, he grew alongside his 7 siblings and anchored his early education at the Xaverian Primary School in Kisumu.
This is a boy who was born, I think, in 1963, and born in the early hours of the morning, around 5 o'clock. By 8 o'clock, we were given news that Willie was born with a black complexion, and he was called Blackie. The boy grew, average weight, slim, and a very pleasant boy. One who was obedient, hardworking. Back at home, you would see him do a few chores.
As an astute pupil, he moved to St. Mary's Mosocho and proceeded to the then Cardinal Otunga High School, emerging top of his class in both the O-level and A-level examinations.
Mwana yo soma kwae ti kwarengo gokongu yakara bweka no mwana orengo mungaini omwana yo na betenere emyaka ene agakore primary yae school yarenge abukare yari gosoma n'abana bayindi boka ari ku Xaverian Primary School oika agacha bono gokora boarding school ya St. Mary's Mosocho.
Unknown to many, me and Charles Mboga, we actually met Will at the same time, the same day. That was around the 18th of February 1976 in St. Mary's boarding. We stayed together for a year. Then thereafter we joined Cardinal Otunga High School in 1977 January. Charles and Willie went to 1C when I went to 1A. 2 years down the line, Charles went to 3A, me and Willie went to 3C. We finished 4th form in 1980 together. And then we came back for high school. That was way back in 1981. This time, me, Willie, and Charles were actually in the same house. That was Nyonka house. Charlie became the prefect a year down the line of Nyonka. Willie was the prefect in 4th form. Our bond was quite strong in lower school, from 1 to 4. But we actually came much closer when we went to Form 5 and 6. In fact, we were nicknamed the family. For those who remember those days, there was a book about Kenyatta succession, and there's a paper where people are being referred as a family.
For me, it was quite a new experience, and I met so many boys, but one boy that stood out was Willie, because he helped me to settle down. He took me the very first day to the ablution box. He showed me around, he showed me what to do, and that is how our friendship started in St. Mary's. As we went on, we eventually finished from St. Mary's with our very good friend Anthony Mageto and many other students who I met in St. Mary's. We graduated from St. Mary's and went to Cardinal Otunga High School. Now in Cardinal Otunga, I was in the same class with Willie's, because in the first Form 1 and 2, you were to do all subjects. And Willie was actually, I would say, one of the most brilliant students that I've ever met in my life. He was a natural born leader. He was a very humorous person, and he was very friendly. And so he always had people around him. He always had students around him. And we were his very good friends, together with Anthony, together with Ataya, together with another gentleman called Julius Caesar, so Julius Nyangaga.
Having been selected to the University of Nairobi Medical School, he studied diligently, and as expected, he did not disappoint. He pursued a master's in medicine in obstetrics and gynecology, where he was chief resident. He further proceeded to practice at the leading hospitals, the Aga Khan and the Mater hospitals.
He did extremely well for his medical degree and started working. And even as a young person working, he opened a clinic which he used to attend after work, clearly showing his entrepreneurial prowess. He wasn't just a doctor. He wasn't just a good person. He was also an entrepreneur. So we were all extremely comfortable that he was there. We were all extremely grateful that we were related with him, and we saw immense progress and immense impact on all the people that Willie knew, relatives, friends, colleagues. And he had phenomenal influence on all these people. So as an academic, one can summarize that this was a person who was excellent.
Willie was a very phenomenal person. In almost everything, he was always the head of the pack. And one thing about him is that he was extremely intelligent and witty. And you could see the way he was handling new situations that are very complicated, especially in the medical practice, and that is very common. And you could sometimes see that he's gifted because at some point when something is complicated and difficult and new for everyone, we will always step forward and sort out the problem. So when you combine all these qualities, being just a phenomenal person, being extremely intelligent and gifted, being compassionate, being generous, and being very confident, it could sometimes be very difficult to correct him when he's wrong.
He's one of these people who I would call a super connector, because wherever Willie was, you'd always find a group of people, a group of friends, and he brought friends together, he brought family together, and I think he had a great gift in that.
He had unmatched intelligence right from the beginning. In school, Will has always been number 1 or 2. I don't think he knows what number 3 looks like. Will is an all-rounder student in personality. Whether it's in science, he's at the top of it. And you talk of humanities, he knows it all. You talk about sports, Will will give you records of what happened in sports 20 years before, who won the Olympics, who won the World Cup, who did what. Come to music, we will look at a group and tell you that is so-and-so performing. He knows it. Current affairs, ask him about what happened 10 years before, what's happening around. He knows it all. Talk about the history of the world, European history, African history. Willie knew it. He was an all-round student. Whenever I wanted to get information, I could go to Willie, and I was sure of getting it. Willie was a good reader. He read books, and very fast. I'm not aware of any book that Willie has not read.
Dr. Willie met his love, Dr. Vera Manduku, whom he walked down the aisle on the 20th of December 1998. Together, they were blessed with 2 daughters, Moraa and Nyanchama, who have now grown and, just like their father, are performing exceptionally well in school.
At the moment, I'm in Form 2, and I'm 15 years old. And about a month ago, I decided I wanted to become a psychologist because it's cool. It's a cool career where you get to learn about the human mind. And personally, I have a huge passion for swimming, and my close friends can be evident to that. So can my mom. I love football. I like singing. I love singing. I also enjoy just being with my friends and laughing really hard because they're all so cool. I also like being with my family. All my cousins and my aunties, they're all really good to me, and they understand me, they understand our whole family, they accept us the way we are, and we all just accept each other and have fun together. I always get told by Dad's friends or by my uncles, my aunties, how well he did in school, how he was always top of the class, he was unbeatable and stuff like that. This just puts pressure on us, a lot of pressure, because you want to be that. You can't let you can't let anyone down. It's like they're indirectly telling you that you should work hard and you should not bring his name down. So personally, for a long time, I've been saying I want to be a swimmer, a footballer, but whatever I become, because God knows what He wants me to be. Maybe He wants me to be the psychologist that I really want to be. Whatever I become, I'll just make sure I do my best in it and I leave a mark, and I'll make sure I have impact in what I'm doing so that I can make this world a better place.
As a Form 1 student, I think I'm doing quite well. Although it's so hard because you move from 6 subjects to 12 subjects and the work becomes more, but I try and I want to be better than him, not only in terms of performance and all, but also like in sports. I really like tennis and maybe I could be a tennis player, and I want to be a vet when I grow up because I love animals and we have 2 dogs, Stitch and Snowball.
Willie, we met in Nairobi just as he was doing his residency in Obsgyne, and I was an intern. And after knowing each other, well, we got married in 1998, on 20th of December 1998. And following that, we had a happy life and got 2 children. And I think as a husband, he was a very protective man. And I must say that we must thank God, because this far he has brought us. When he died, the children were really young. We have the memories, so we keep filling in. But she's the one that actually is a replica of the dad in terms of behavior, being very particular. He was very organized. So it actually always reminds me how he was. And he was also very intelligent. He read a lot. So I see those traits in the children, which keeps me going, because that's really a good thing.
No mwana fera na utumu anchite ubuna rindita abana bakinire abana bari romogoko ekero kiesu kwego ika na bago chaka iga twasangamo twaragiramo bago sori ne twe tune kisokoro iga twa bago kora bane bama kwenda saba ibuli ba fera kwerende arike sonzo bonchari asego abutwa ndrete ngenje na butwa ndrete ku kabono titobo toro chibo bonde so mwana fera tomu anchite mono de family onyo mwa ko yo monyorete na butore nere ko endere boigo nere na tu anchite.
Ever since his demise 10 years ago, it's not been an easy journey, but somehow by God's grace she has managed. And it's been a blessing having to bring up the kids and watch them grow, and so many good things have happened in their lives. They've achieved so many things here and there, and we are so proud of them, and they've turned out just perfect. They are the best kids I can ever want to take care of, among others.
Dr. Willie Ataya tripped in his bathroom and on medical examination was noted to also have liver cirrhosis, to which he succumbed on the 2nd of August 2006, 1 month after hospitalization. He was laid to rest here, next to his mother, Mama Helen Ataya, who passed on and joined him in heaven.
Kwendege sike baga chakanyora karuara keraruara rinde chakorara igona po to moene tia senchiria masikani aiga kasito nyancho abantu baminto bonse na baikira nete na bairi na basani baya bonse barga soma komo bajete paka bari mu baya bonse.
Following his stellar and outstanding performance, especially at the Cardinal Otunga High School Mosocho, a group of like-minded professionals drawn from the alumni introduced an Excellence Award in honor of Dr. Willie Ataya to recognize, reward, and encourage Mosocho students who excelled. The award went on for some time but was later discontinued.
If you look at this shield, it is a commemoration of the late Dr. Willie Ataya. who was a student here at Kadnotunga High School some time back. So after his passing on, a group of old boys decided to come together and put some funds together to come up with this Excellence Award. And from this, the award benefited some 5 students. That was the best student in 2007 was Joshua Maragia. The best student in 2008 was Oyagi Magoto. And the best student in 2009 was Okongo Eric. 2010, Angawa Okech. And then the best student in 2011 was Mose Geoffrey Omari. They were given some cash to assist them move on to university in commemoration and in remembrance of the late Dr. Willie Ataya. And we appreciate the fact that those who came together, maybe through his foundation, did that.
Maintenant, je dors au dortoir Onyonka et il y a quelques années, Dr. Ataya était un étudiant ici au lycée Cardinal. Il était une bonne étudiante, parmi les meilleurs quand il était ici. Et maintenant, il sert comme un bon exemple.
Willie was responsible and forthright, taking it upon himself to ensure that his parents, aunties, and uncles were in good care and their needs were met. He mingled with the high and mighty and never forgot even the common in society. While he is dearly missed, he left an indelible mark in many hearts and left a gap that will be difficult to fill.
Uncle Willie is one person that we dearly miss because of his loving nature that he had and the way he related to us. Remembering from childhood, this is one uncle who always made sure that he basically was with you on your growth span at early childhood and into our late teens to adulthood.
My big brother Willie, who left us 5 months after I just got married, which is 10 years ago. I will never forget your smile and your beautiful big eyes. I will never forget your caring heart and your helpful in many helpful ways. I will never forget the advice you provided to me when I needed it most. I miss the music that you used to provide to us, just to keep us updated with what's going on in Kenya. I miss you deeply.
I just want to thank God for the life that He gave my brother Willie. A special message for my wonderful sister Vera. We love you so much. A special message to my wonderful children, Mora and Chama. We love you so much. We're so proud of you.
When we count the years, there are so many. But when we look back, we think it was just yesterday. We thank our daughter Vera and the entire family of Ataya who have taken care of our child and grandchildren up to this moment. Particularly, I will give thanks to Vera. She has kept the name of the husband. She has stood up as a woman of dignity. We ask the Lord to be with her and the entire family and all my grandchildren, Mora and Nyanchama. We ask the Lord to give you long life.
When he died, the kids were very small, but they are now big girls. And this is because of the mother who has looked them after them very well. And we want to encourage her and ask them to work with the mother, and they continue growing and they become independent one of these good days. And Vera, we want also to thank you for having taken good care of the children, having very good relationship with our family, Manduk family, very good relationship with Ataya's family, and the friends. And we want to wish you well. Keep it up.
Watu wanjetu na waisemoke na ninyo tinga kiye mo tutara Nairobi kukwani abana bandi bari ngona bachukuru twirite mwaye akagoka na into agaturagiribia
enyomba eye nere bwagachirite abaiburi nere iga abaiburi konyora bangire bagataka babererie ende ya ruguru lakini agateba igo ntaete kubae gift ekero rinde akora kwagacha akabang'anyi gocha iga era agateba baadaye na bagucha kubika yaye lakini bono muna Nyasaye abangete aina mang'ana Nyasaye agatang'ana kwenda lakini abana mbaro mbacha kubikirire ndatagete
igare kung'ira buno musani tubana ende buna nekegoria kemo twaikaransa yesote twanywa ono abantu basani bana bagocha bakumburi oyungu abateguzimu murone you people banyanjwe muri very modern tuhanagarasu mugaga wika umuroyo.
He had this knack for getting people together and for making us all happy around, and his house was just one open, warm house. And then there was also the thing about Willie. I think at that point he's the only one who had a car, and he'd always, if we went out at night, it was Willie who dropped us from house to house. It never mattered where people stayed, whether it was Umoja or Suna or Ngumo. And Willie is the one who he just took it upon himself to make sure everybody was safe home, never thinking that, oh, it might not be safe for me. But then again, that was him, yeah, a special guy, and it was just interesting.
We are the family of Dr. Willie Ataya. We love you and we miss you.